Hey guys, it's here bringing you another video. Welcome back to Challenger Spectate. Today we are watching a Thresh. So we normally don't do support Challenger Spectates, but hopefully you guys will appreciate it. And we obviously know the result. I know the KDAs of this game, and I think the vibe of this is going to be what to do if your AD carry isn't performing. So all I know is the Thresh has incredibly good kill participation in this game, and the Aphelios does not. So what does the Thresh do to get that involvement? Now, it could be roaming, obviously. It could be abandoning the AD carry, because that is quite a modern thing in League of Legends nowadays. And again, some people did make a comment. I did read one the other day of like going, the way that I think of League is I'm holding on to the past. Obviously, when roaming wasn't a default playstyle, or when split pushing wasn't a default playstyle, where nowadays they more are. Is that a healthy thing? Is that not a healthy thing? And ultimately, I don't think it's a yes or a no, or it's unhealthy or healthy. I think it's what you prefer. And also, Nadu Gaming with the 26 months of Prime. Thank you so much, dude. Massive appreciate it. But it's ultimately what you prefer. Is I don't like those things. It's not me adapting. I've had to adapt for 10 years of playing League. You know, if I didn't adapt, I wouldn't still be playing the game, or at least I would not be Diamond 1 or anything. You have to adapt. It's just I don't like those playstyles as it is, and now they're the default playstyle. To me, it is just a little bit weird. So, starting E, I did just notice the HelloFresh box, which we do need to have on today, is blocking the bottom left. I'll try to make it a bit smaller just for this. It shouldn't be that... Oh, wait, there we go. It can go in this little hole there. There you go. Perfect. So you guys can ultimately see what's going on in the bottom left. So he's maxed E level 1. Fairly common. Some people like, when do you go Q? When do you go E? E, if you can get a cheeky auto attack in the early game, is always good. Because it actually does more damage than your Q. But you can start Q if you're looking for that level 1 hook pick, you know. But we obviously are in Challenger. Is worth knowing, Billy Butcher, obviously named after the boys character. This player right now is rank 1 on EU West. It is also worth knowing Worlds is about. So all the really good EU pros on EU West at the moment. They are obviously in North America for Worlds. And they're not even playing NA solo queue. They are playing the Champions queue. It is worth mentioning because the topic has come up quite a lot. Belveth gets a nice double kill there. Mumu looking for the engage, doesn't get it. But all I will say is I can't say too much, but I did have a meeting with Riot on Tuesday about some things. And all I will just say from that is in the Q&A part, people did bring up voice chat. And the reason why I'm saying this is since Champions Queue has come back and people are watching streams of it, a lot of people are like, dude, look how good it is with voice chat. Voice chat came up in the meeting, and ultimately, it's a no-go. And I know a lot of people compare it to Valorant, but ultimately, there is a difference of a game starting with voice chat and a game that's 10 years plus old getting it. There is a bit of a difference to that, so you can't directly compare it. Does get the flay. I've been looking for the engage. Early ignite by the Amumu. Again, early igniting, by the way, is quite a good thing to do. Because it takes the surprise from... Ooh, double kill Ash. It does surprise the enemy of how much damage you're actually getting straight away, and it puts you on the back foot instead of the front foot. So that was quite good by the Amumu to do that re-engage, and Ash gets herself a double kill. But yeah, so voice chat is... They said it's not likely, and a big reason that they did mention, and it's one that it's not a new thing that I'm saying here. We've reported on this in the past when I've asked Rioters directly about it, is League is inherently quite toxic. The player base is quite toxic. You can't trust that player base with voice chat. If they, which we all know, they are getting rid of a lot of chat typing things because they can't control people in League, unless they just permaban everybody, which they're not going to do. If they can't control people in a text-based system, you really can't control people in a voice-based system. And, you know, voice chat is quite known in other games, even Valorant, to be a very toxic place for, you know, minorities in the gaming sphere. You know, females, anything do get not the nicest treatment when it comes to voice chat. And Riot are just like, in League, we just don't need that. Anyway, Thresh doing the first roam and a Mumu. So again, fairly common thing, as I've said many times, is supports just leave lane really early. This is both supports leaving lane. Nice flay into the tower and gets the kill for Talia. Knight just said this Pantheon is a well-known win trader in high elo. He was rank 1 a few days ago with win trading. Really? Can I just ask, like, how do people find this stuff out? Like, I don't know that. Oh, aggressive flash by Ashe gets the slow on Jhin. It cleanses herself the grav gun. And she will pick herself up a cheeky 1v1 kill, which, again, very rare to see. Oh, can we get it? Can we get it? The angle. Oh, that was so close. Don't think that anything that the Thresh could have done there to get that. That was just unfortunate timing. The Ashe did then, weirdly, though, overstay to go get farm, and now is ultimately going to get herself killed. So, there we go. Someone just said, never understand the issue with toxicity when the ability to opt out of chat is a thing. It's a flawed argument, and even Riot said this. If voice chat becomes a thing, it will become nearly a necessity in terms of competitive nature. When a lot of people don't want to be on voice, you're forcing people to be, and it's the, you know, the simple "oh, you can opt out" isn't an argument when you're then at a disadvantage every single game. It's not a great situation. It's easier just not do it, because then nobody has that advantage or nobody has that disadvantage. It's just easier not to. And as I've said before as well, if you're massively advocate for voice chat, make a Discord server. It's free. In your champ select, link your Discord server, and if people really want to talk to you, they'll join it. You can do that. You can do that right now. You know, nothing's holding you back from doing that. So, yeah. But no, I would not want voice chat. Obviously, I've made that very apparent over the last couple of years. It's just not what I want. If I want to have an atmosphere of gaming where I'm talking to people on mic, then I'll play a pre-made game mode. That's what I want to do. In my solo queue, I don't want to talk to anybody. Like, I don't even like duo queue. Like, I'm there to be a solo in a league environment. So, yeah. Oh, so Knight says 2 accounts of the same name, John Wick and John Wick the 4th. They Q snipe each other and sit in Discord and share screen. Oh, really? Jeez. All right, sorry, bot lane fight. Missed it a little bit, but I think ultimately Aphelios got caught. Pantheon also coming in. Really weird ulti, to be honest. Bel'Veth on the back foot. Talia's also here. Silas is a little bit late, but I think they'll all make it out relatively safe. Yeah, they will. There you go. Ta-da. So it's not going too well, actually. As we said, the Aphelios isn't having a great game so far. He's farming okay, but it's not going great for him. And Thresh, it's not going great for. So part of this commentary as well, I know obviously what the KDA, the Thresh ends on. How do they turn their game around? So that will be an interesting thing to note as well. If I had to guess anything, and I do not know, my guess is not really being in bot lane. And yeah, Viper Designs just said the only reason why you don't play Valorant is the pressure using voice chat. I'm exactly the same way. I actually very recently was tempted to play Valorant. I played one game, not on voice chat, but it was quite apparent that I was the least coordinated teammate because I wasn't using voice chat, and it just put me off playing it. I was like, oh, I don't want to play this if that's the default thing. It's just not for me. And yeah. Nice kill, by the way, on Thresh there. So again, not in bot lane. Both supports, though, not in bot lane. Can we get a lantern? Nope, 3 seconds. Pantheon flashes, gets the kill. Getting a bit weird to see Pantheon, I will say. Don't think it's an incredibly strong champion, but some people obviously do make it work. A big thing of it is trying to get fed in the early game. As we know, I need a sneeze. Oh, God. So Thresh goes for the Flobble Flay engage, has the box up. Big fight happening. Heimer ult coming through. Shen ult doesn't finish because it does go down. Shen does make it to the fight. Does do a flash taunt because that was definitely going to miss. Nice damage by Heimer. Again, do not underestimate the Dong's damage. It is actually a lot of damage. Thresh gets himself another kill over on the Amumu, and the Heimer will survive. So well played toward the Heimer. But yeah, oh, and it's also worth mentioning, for those that didn't see the leak, we made a video on it a little while ago of what things... Nice, Velo gets a solo kill in bot lane. Crazy Belf Death damage, as we all know. But yeah, if you guys didn't see the leak of what's coming in the preseason, again, the leak was like over a month ago, I'm pretty sure. We made a video on it. They are fleshing out the ping system even more. So you'll be able to communicate even more with the ping system. So, yeah. So again, we're not watching the Thresh right now because Thresh is walking back. But basically, the Thresh has already turned their game a little bit about. And what has it been? It's the exact same for the Amumu. It's leaving bot lane. Let me know what you guys think of it, because I do think it's a weird concept. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, but I do find it's a bit of a weird concept that just leave bot. You know, you are support. That is the role that you're supposed to be playing in bot, and you just leave. I do respect it to a certain degree. I even do it when I'm playing support, but it's rare. You know, if you watch my support, I focus on winning lane, and if I don't win lane, that's when I will start to roam. And that's what's happened this game. You know, I don't know if this Thresh defaults of roaming, but the lane did not go too well in the early, so Thresh started to roam. I'm kind of okay with that, because just, you know, let the Aphelios free farm. He will outscale an Ashe eventually. Ashe is by herself now, because again, where's the Amumu? He's not bot lane. So the Ashe gets killed a lot. So that's the unfortunate thing for AD carries when you are left alone in bot lane and you get ganked, or there is a support around still. It's not the best experience. And I think sometimes that's what some supports need to kind of nice hook. Some supports I do think need to learn that of when, and again, now Amumu goes to bot lane by himself, he gets killed. It's now a chain reaction of it happening all the time. He needs to be careful of a Pantheon. No, Pantheon's ult's not up. Okay, so he's okay for now, but I don't know if he knows that's up or down. But the weirdest thing to me is not what we've seen this game. Game hasn't gone too well, so we will roam. That's okay. That makes partial sense. Nice play. Again, look at the Thresh. Heavily involved into a hook, then catches the Pantheon. High aggro, high tempo play. That's what it's all about. The weirdest thing to me is when you're winning lane, and then you're, as a support, then they leave lane, thus making your AD carry not effective anymore. They're fed, but they can't farm. They're not getting any more kills. That is a weird one to me. And sometimes I've even seen a lane win the early game, the support goes and roams, then your AD carry gets killed like 3 times in a row, and then the support goes, oh, I guess I better go back bot lane. It's like, you were winning the lane. So that does confuse me a little bit, personally. But let me know what you guys think. Build, by the way, by the Thresh. I don't really know what his build is. If anybody does, let me know. But why does he have a Negatron Cloak Rush? I have no idea why a Thresh would have a Negatron Rushed item. That's bizarre. Heimer's getting ganked. Early preemptive Shen ultimate there. Think the Heimer is definitely dead. Has the Lantern, can't get to it, and will go down. The Kales? Oh, okay. I guess, yeah, I guess it's a Mikhail's, isn't it? They do have a decent amount of CC, actually, that being said. And Mumu has CC, Ashe has CC, Silas has CC, Pantheon. They all have CC. Oh, lovely play. Hex Splash into the hook. And that is a great play. So kill involvement for Thresh is now just over 50%. Compared to the Amumu, his is at 50%, so both supports roughly at the same kill participation, but obviously much more for the Thresh, being involved in 12 versus Amumu's 6, and the Amumu has died double the times. So far this is going quite well for the Thresh now, and the Aphelios' game has definitely also recovered, which again is a very bizarre premise that his game's recovered without actually not being in 2v2. It's benefited the Aphelios to be in the 1v1. Oh, nice. Nice hook. Didn't really look like it was going to land, but it did. Silas coming in now. Pantheon ult coming in. He actually misses his Pantheon ult, by the way, and he has to flash over. Doesn't matter because they will go down because there's a bunch of enemies. Ashe arrow onto the Thresh. She blocks it for the thingy. Belveth, the absolute crazy champ that it is. Again, why is my screen doing that? I don't know. Heimer, oh, the big stun. Don't think anything of it. Nope, there's the flash. They will get something of it. And now Belveth with a mutant form with some of the ghouls is charging down on the enemy's base tower. Hey, Ambry. Why would Silas go nearby? That's a bit risky. And because they're evolved, they can jump over a wall. Silas, nice play by Thresh. The calculated of aggression of when it's a good time to do it. Into a nice hook, into the box, into the flay, and will help get the kill on Shen. So basically what is, in essence, happening, the Thresh is getting involved. Like, that's the general premise. How many of you, when you play your own solo queue games, have teammates that just don't really get involved. And it can be any role. It could be the top laner. It could be the support. It could be any... They just don't get involved. One of the easiest ways to climb in solo queue, obviously, number one, is win whatever role you're doing. If you're playing mid, win lane. If you're winning top or playing top, win top. If you're doing jungle, do better in the jungle. That's number one. But the second one is get involved. Don't be that guy that is just top lane stuck there for 25 minutes, not really achieving anything when your lane opponent is running in the mix and actually doing everything. That's a big difference. So the Thresh is getting involved. So there could be a flank play actually on the Ashe. The Ashe has got a lot of confidence, I'll give her that. Does get a solo kill, but is also going to go down, so it's a 1v1 trade. Don't know if the Heim was holding on to a lot of gold. It did seem he was holding on to some gold. Also, Aphelios goes down, unfortunately. Again, being a little bit alone. Shouldn't really be doing that. There are 2 enemies behind, by the way, this Bel'Veth right now. It is worth mentioning. 3 level advantage right now between Bel'Veth and the Pantheon. Honestly, not too surprised. Bel'Veth is much more crazy than... What was that damage? Much more crazy than a Pantheon. Pantheon's scaling has gone by now. And they will try to break the tier 2, but I just don't think it's going to happen. So, again, another, obviously, common trend of supporting, more common, is... less supporting the actual AD carry is happening, and that is happening literally in this game. How much are you seeing this Thresh support the Aphelios? Not much at all. A more common thing that is actually happening in League, and I don't see it as a complete negative thing, is you support to the teammate that has the highest carry potential. When I've done that, when I'm playing support, it's right, I don't trust this AD carry, I'm going to focus whoever is the most fed. Nice Talia ult blocking off the Ashe there. Not the greatest hook, unfortunately. The Ashe, and we've seen, has really crazy confidence. Blocks the arrow. Bel'Veth is also going to go down being CC'd, and they will make their way out. Also, my voice is very, very dry. Nice hook. Into the flay, into the W, into the kill. Very nice play. Rampage Thresh. Sound is weird again. Oh, I might have touched the microphone. Hopefully it's okay now. I didn't actually find a new cable. Need to order that. Someone remind me later to order a new mic cable, because I think it is the cable that is maybe on its way out. So Aphelios, again, the teammate that isn't really getting involved, it has to be said. He's split pushing on Aphelios. Like, yes, he just got a tier 2, but his involvement level is very low. You know, there's 29 kills in this game. He's been involved in 5 of them, and, you know, pretty much all of them just being in bot lane. I partially respect it, because some people will also say he's a late game hyper scaling AD carry. That's what he's focusing on. And yeah, that's true. But also, if you are that type of champion and you have a little bit of strength, and he has a little bit of strength right now, being involved in these team fights when you have a fed Talia, have a fed Bel'Veth, and a Hyman that's got good pressure control, he will get kills by just grouping up. And it's also the weird premise. He still may get focused even though he's not fed. But Aphelios getting focused this game isn't even the worst thing in the world, because if he gets focused, it means the Bel'Veth can do more, the Talia can do more. So it's also like the whole, what we've spoken about many times before, you don't always need to be Batman, you can just sometimes be Robin. Being that distraction is an effective tool sometimes, and this would be a game for that. So Thresh waiting off in the wings just in case. Nothing of it yet. Where's enemy team has just been caught out wherever the hell they are. Silas was in bot lane, just went whoops, I shouldn't be there. So he's now coming back, and Mumu gets a good Q, a late ultimate because of the CC the Thresh did, which was very nice. Aphelios comes down, does hit, but not not perfect. Thresh will go over on the Shen, really nice play to distance there. And that will be pretty much like, it looks like the game. They are just doing the big charge to the end of the game. Aphelios, again, doing his kind of own thing, but this time it's not gone absolutely terribly. Dude, Thresh hook time perfectly. And that will be another kill for the Thresh. Again, 5 kills for Thresh typically. Oh, does get out. Don't know what the Ashe just did. Didn't even attempt to dodge it. Just stood there and tried to cleanse it after. So yeah, not too bad. Heavily involved. Ultimately involved in 21 kills out of 33, so a 66% kill participation. That's pretty good, you know. Thresh was more kill involved than anybody in this game. Yeah, anyone. Just beating the Talia by 1. beating the Belveth by a few. So that is the whole point. Be involved. And that's what the Thresh did. The lane phase didn't go perfectly. They did recover it a little bit, but they just stopped laning, got involved, helped the snowball, and there you go. But that is going to be it. So Thresh, very effective. He also did get buffed pretty recently too. But that is going to be it. If you guys did enjoy, please do throw a like on it, throw a comment, throw a subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.
Call down the reckoning to bring back hope and peace. Restore our glory to live forever. Bring down the dark regime. I know how to unleash eternal power.